Highlands Light FM. That be Genesis. I be Morning Dave, and I'm really glad you're here today. We're at 79 degrees already. By the time it starts raining this afternoon, there's better than a 50-50 chance of that. Expect the pavement to steam, people.
Advisory services offered through Second Half Financial Partners, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced and information provided in this material are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments are appropriate for you, please consult with a financial advisor. Second Half Financial Partners, LLC does not provide tax or legal advice. Please consult your tax or legal advisor regarding your particular situation.
It's time. Check in on your money and find out what Wall Street's been doing with your money this morning. On the telephone is Philip Statler from Statler Financial Services in downtown Sebring. Philip, good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning, Dave. Doing well today. Glad to be here. It was, hey, not a bad day yesterday as the Dow was a little bit red, but not enough to really cause any excitement.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 25 years ago, a 118-point drop would have been catastrophic, but Dow lost 118 yesterday. That's only a little over 0.2%. On the other side of the fence, Standard & Poor's up by 46. That's a new record. NASDAQ up by over a full percent, almost 1.2%, up 312 points. NASDAQ is now at 26,656, a new record. And the Russell chimed in by going up 1.8%. It set a new record as well. The broader market yesterday, it was just absolutely party time. And I was kind of confused by that because Iran started saber-rattling all dang day about those quote-unquote defensive strikes we made on their missile sites, and they've been threatening revenge. And I would think that would have upset people, but it sure didn't affect the markets much, did it?
No, it really hasn't. And to add to that, Dave, I'm seeing right now across my news ticker, oil falls below 89. Now, let's see if we can keep it there. Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm watching it go down even as I speak. I've got delayed quotes, and it was, it's been heading downward, and evidently hope springs eternal in the markets. Either that or they're wishing the Dow Jones Industrial Average 130th birthday, because it turned 130 yesterday, and some folks still consider it the only gauge of the market, right?
Oh, that's right. Yep. That's, it's, I had a client that was his main focus was the Dow, and I had to remind him that was only 30 stocks, and that's not really a good representation of our economy or the markets as a whole.
And yesterday might very well be a good poster child for that. You and I were both kind of noodling through because neither one of us could find one stock on the Dow that really suffered yesterday, but the Dow was the only negative in the bunch. The rest of the market as a whole just absolutely going gangbusters. So, yeah, it's a good index, but if it's the health of the market and you're trying to read that ain't necessarily it. So the oil prices are going down, and we haven't even opened up the Straits of Hormuz yet. Nobody really knows for sure what's going to happen to the price of oil if we actually do get it opened up. Rubio was saying in the press it's going to be opened one way or the other, which is kind of a veiled threat. But so far, evidently, our optimism reigns supreme, and we're going to actually get something done on it, aren't we?
Well, evidently, there's a rumor that there's a report out there that Iran has agreed an agreement in place that would restore the Hormuz traffic in 1 month. So that's what's got oil prices trading down this morning.
Aha. And you got to remember, when we quote oil prices, we're quoting futures prices, which are, but they're expected to be in about a month. So that's probably a good indicator as to what happened. You and I always scan looking for what happened with mortgages, and the Mortgage Bankers Association every Wednesday puts out their weekly mortgage report. We don't have much. I think we can assume the number of applications probably tapered off a bit with the highest mortgage rates in years, but you did get a number for the number of refinances, and I was wondering who on earth would want to refinance at 6.5%. What'd they do, drop like 18% last week?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, they did drop about 18%. I did finally find the report here. Mortgage applications fell by 0.4%, but we're still 5% higher than they were the same week a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah, refinance applications accounted for about 38% of all applications. That's the lowest share since June of 2025.
Because the only reason you want to refinance now is if you need money and you need it fast, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're
Pretty much.
desperate.
I got to assume the leveling off of the demand for new mortgages has got to be the fact that you do the arithmetic. Yeah, the rates are too high, but the prices for some homes, at the very least, have fallen enough. And you were exploring that with me yesterday. That there are some markets in which the price of homes have gone down considerably, and well, you balance it off, a little higher mortgage rate with a little lower price on the house, it may end up balancing out in the wash.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do. You have to run those numbers to see whether or not it makes sense or not. And and if you've got good credit, then you may even be able to get a lower interest rate than what we're seeing here published as the average. But it's still got to be tight, man, if you're in the mortgage market.
Oh, absolutely. Because the prices of houses have gone down, but nowhere near enough to be offset dang near double the mortgage. Well, it is more than double the rate that I got when I refinanced my home after my wife passed on. Other tidbits floating around out here today. Micron, we talked about how the chip companies are going apey. Micron has joined the $1 trillion club as their chips have gotten hot on the marketplace, and they suddenly are getting traded up. Too bad they aren't in the Dow. They could have used the help yesterday. And
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, the Starlink, the SpaceX IPO coming up soon. They got some good news too. American Airlines is now contracted with Starlink for their in-flight internet. That can't hurt the SpaceX IPO, can it?
No, it can't. They also saw that they got I can't put my hands on it right now, a contract, like a $2 billion contract, to build some satellites.
Ooh, that's a whole new line of work for them, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, well, I don't know. They'll probably build their own satellites that they put up in orbit right now. So not necessarily. Now, where did I see that at? I got so many tabs open, I can't see where that's at. But yeah, I did see that in the headline as I was kind of cruising through this morning.
That's intriguing. Just other SpaceLink, Starlink stuff. The Pentagon is having a fit because Starlink has been increasing their prices during the Iran war. And I didn't realize, but evidently the Pentagon actually uses Starlink too while they're out in the field. And
that makes some sense, right?
Yeah, Starlink wants to raise their price right in the middle of the Iran controversy. Well, give Elon Musk credit for gonads. Economic reports coming up this week sometime, probably on Friday. We're going to get the two big numbers for the week, the gross domestic product second reading on the last quarter, and we're going to end up getting what was Jay Paulson, anyway, his favorite measurement on inflation, the PCE employment inflation numbers. So it's not going to be a devoid week of actual reports that impact the market, is it?
No, it's not. It's just going to be later in the week, right? So we've got, later in the weeks tomorrow and Friday, we've got some numbers that are going to come out, and definitely those numbers, especially Friday, could impact what the market does.
Absolutely. If we keep running up the indexes and we get disappointed, Friday could be a disappointing day. Got any company news out there this morning? I heard Schwab was making noise about not liking investments with high risks like Bitcoin and the meme stocks and whatnot. Was that part of a report by chance?
Not that I saw, not an earnings report. I do have a couple earnings though. Bath and Body Works. Remember, it split off. It used to be part of Victoria's Secret. It was all one company, and they split. Bath and Body Works now is its own company. They had better than expected quarterly results. I'm sorry, they beat slightly, but for the current quarter they're in, they gave a lot better guidance than was expected for this quarter. Huge. So they were up, when I looked a minute ago, almost 11%. They're up almost 12% now. Because of that.
Not used to hearing a brick and mortar retailer actually giving good guidance these days, are you?
Yeah, it's tough. Like Dick's Sporting Goods, right? Their earnings guidance for the full year, they hacked it down a little bit. and that was less than from 13.50 to 14.50 a share. The expectations from analysts is 14.30. So not happy there. They also missed on earnings by 2 cents a share, came in at $2.90 a share. And so that was putting some pressure on Dick's Sporting Goods earlier this morning. Still is. They're down about 2% this morning.
Ooh.
Yep. So
Any
let's see
other
who else
indications?
I got a couple more here. It's
Okay.
a rather full day for the end of the month. Box, they're kind of like Dropbox, but Box is used a little bit more by businesses than consumers, and so they had a good quarter. They beat by a penny a share. Revenue was ahead of expectations. They did make a little bit of an adjustment for their full year earnings, and it was off by 8 or 9 cents a share versus what the analysts were expecting. So that had Box trading down earlier today. Let's see, they're down 2.8% this morning.
Ooh.
And the last
Not
one I
what we
have
had
for
in mind.
you, the last one I have for you, if I have time, Abercrombie and Fitch, the retailer, they had earnings of $1.47, which was better than the $1.28 expected. Their revenue did miss estimates for the current quarter, and they gave weaker than expected guidance. However, they were up earlier this morning. Let's see where they are now. They're still up, Dave, up 7.1% this morning.
Holy crud, good to finish on good news for a change. Resetting the table, we've got broader market, everything but the Dow. It was party time yesterday, 45 minutes before we opened this morning. What are we looking at?
Well, we're seeing the Dow give way a little bit, still in the green, but dropped by about 50% from where it was earlier. It's up $80 right now. The S&P 500 is up 0.25%. That's $19. The NASDAQ 100 is up a little over 0.6, $194. The Russell 2000 is up 0.5% or $14. So at least all green ink right now on that side. The other side, silver dropping almost 2.2% this morning. It's at $74.94 an ounce. Gold down 1.3% to $4,475 an ounce. Crude oil jump up and down, Dave. Party time down 5.5%, $88.70 a barrel. Wait a couple days to buy gas because gas should be coming down too.
Yeah, baby. I think I got a half a tank left. I'll wait until the weekend. Looking overseas, the Asian Rim market mostly off at the close at 6 a.m. The two mainland Chinese indexes were down pretty close to a full percent on average. Over in Europe, on the other hand, they're looking at 2 days running for us setting new records, and they're pretty much all in the green. Average European index is up by almost 0.5% halfway through their trading day this morning. Getting my retirement together takes your eyes in order to make sure I got a plan I can count on. How do I find you to get that plan put together?
Dave, give us a call, 863-382-0037. We'd love to spend 30 minutes on the phone with you, answer your questions, see where you are, where you need to get to, how we might be able to help you get there. And then catch the Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk, 7:30 a.m. and 95.3 FM.
And back here again tomorrow morning, same time on Light. You have a good day, my friend, and we'll talk then, all right?
All right, take care.
Thank you. It's 105.7 Light FM and Statler Financial Services. Philip Statler.
Hey, folks, thanks for joining us today. Halfway through this short week. See you tomorrow. Bye now.